Good morning, folks. Good morning, people. Today we are engaged in Electric Week number 2, and happy to have you here. Happy to see you. And Marlon is already up and on the game here. Good morning, Mr. Grubbs. How are you doing today? And a very, very fine morning to you, Mr. Tortorello. Good morning. We have feels like we have a lot to cover today. I'd like to just work on the breath work, some breath patterns, tuning, and get right into the chromatic work, and then kind of pick up where we left off yesterday with the G major scale, 3 notes per string, that pattern. And then I would like to, if we have time, just jump back into Steve Vai's 10-hour guitar workout just for a moment. So we do have quite a bit of room in this hour block, but it's going to be consumed rapidly, as you know. It just kind of, these moments come and go, so we want to maximize what we're doing. Good morning, Mark Farrow. Good morning. Glad to have a new early commenter. Appreciate that for certain. Marlon Grubb says, doing good. How is everybody doing? Well, I'll tell you, it's been a week here for sure. And the past couple of weeks it's been a couple of wild ones, but patience and perseverance. Yeah, there we go. Good answer, Mark. Here's the A440 tuning fork. I know some of us have these and some don't have one yet, and but here's the A440. This is the same as fret number 5 natural harmonic on the A string. So if we dial in the neck pickup and just hit that fret 5, really touch that string lightly, that gives us that nice bell-like sound, you know, that Eddie Van Halen used to make the elephant sound. And so that's that reference pitch. Once we dial this in, we don't change it. So here's that pitch. All right, so that's what we're using to reference with. And my guitar's in tune, again from yesterday. Wow. So the electric guitar is sort of a different beast. This thing seems to be pretty stable. A couple of micro adjustments here and there. Still kind of coming to terms with how easy the guitar is to play. Compared to what we've been working on. If you've been hanging out here, you know that we've been working on acoustic guitar for a few weeks now. And then this being electric week, our fingers they're tuned right up. Our fingers are extra strong because some of us have been tuning, practicing with acoustic guitar, and the string tension per the inch pounds. I mean, the pressure for the string, the tension on the strings is just a little different. These are 9s on the top on this guitar, and occasionally I like to put a 10 on the top just to just have a little bit more to bite into. But right now, we're into practice session now. So we're tuned up. It sounds like everyone's wanting to just do a quick check-in. So let's take a moment to observe that too, if you don't mind. So it looks like we've got Mark Farrow. I haven't seen Mr. Farrow comment early before, so this is a good positive sign. Good positive interactions here. Doing great, my friends. And Raul, good morning, Raul. Good morning. And Zipikal, can you give us some practice scale? You bet I can. Thank you for asking. I appreciate that question in particular. Mark and Lynn Johnson always wanted to learn to play. Well, let's just go ahead and talk a little bit about what we're doing. What are we doing here? You know, it's not this sort of existential question that I'm trying to prompt, but I think it's, you know, we're not getting into Frasier this morning, but what I'd like to do is just focus on just simple things, you know, the simple things, and then the building of, let's just say we're starting by building with blocks. And because building with blocks it's such a great exercise, we stack one on top of the next, and then we realize, hey, that block is a shape, it's stackable, and then, hey, the next thing I know, I'm growing a little bit, I notice there's like a line around them, and there's a shape in the block, and I'm like, oh wow, hey, that's you know, that's a letter R. I have parents that teach me that's a letter R, and then, hey, that's a red line, and then, hey, I've got a bunch of blocks, and I can stack and make different packages with the block patterns and arrangements, and then the next thing you know, 40 years later, I'm an architect, and so we're doing similar work, I think, building with the blocks. And let me just shuffle this rig over here so I can just keep working on these comments. But we're in the right spot. Every 15 minutes, the best thing that we're in our best practice, we're going to start working on stretches. So most of the comments will be hit during the stretch sequence. Is going to be, you know, 1 minute operation where we do this and this and this and this, 15 seconds, 15 clicks at a time. Which reminds me, we are without click at the moment, and here's a really important piece of what we're doing. We have a metronome set for 60 beats per minute, and this metronome right here is our new best friend, and it will likely last. It will be a lifelong relationship. So hopefully you can hear the click, but I'm working on a click, 60 beats per minute, and we're starting with the weakest links because we want to bring the weakest links up to speed, and we'll just get going. I'll explain the exercise, which I do every time we introduce something new, and if you're here new, we can just quickly review this without cause for pain. So let's take a look at frets number 11 and 12, and then 11, 12, and then what we do is we run. Well, we don't run. We walk. We don't run. Up each position, then we descend a position, and then we ascend the position. Now, while we're at the top, we'll descend the position and then descend one more position, switch down, and then do the 4-1, 4-3, you know, 4-3, 4-3. That exercise is what we typically would do first. So if you're a new guitar player and you want to, it feels a little bit, you know, quick for you. One of the cool things you could do is this video, once it's beyond live, will repost to the channel, so you can go, I date everything, and I try to give it a title that represents something that you might want to rework. So you can go back and rework these exercises at half speed, which may be a benefit to you. You know, these are really important to not miss. Good morning, Mark. Mr. Tortorello is one of our channel staples, and he's a great songwriter and a great musician in general. Marlon's here, usually Kevin, you'll see Kevin, hopefully. Oh, Kevin's here, good morning, Kevin. We've got Raul, Guitar for Everyone. We have a few that just kind of get commenting early. We all arrive with guitars in hand, and we all work on the same thing. So without further ado, let's get moving. And we'll start with 4 attacks per beat today, and 1 E and a 2 E and a T E and a go E and a. And it's just down, up with the right hand, or the picking hand, sorry. And 1 E and a 2 E and a dun gun gun gun. And it's really just gingerly walking through, you know, tiptoeing through the tulips. And And so if you're playing along, this is great. If you're not playing along, this is also great. This is also a great thing to watch so that we can get, so this is going to happen every morning, every weekday morning at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it's going to happen for the remainder. Hey Tucker! Sorry. Let's start here in position number 1. That's my black and white Springer. And he's probably hearing a runner out there. Well, maybe not a runner, but something's going on. It's like -3 degrees here this morning. So let's start position 1 again. 1 E and a 2 E and a, you know what to do, E and a. We're working on tone production, but oh yeah, every weekday morning this is happening through all of 2025. It's free now, it will remain free. So I would encourage you to check it, keep working toward, this getting here at 7:30, or watch the video as it posts on demand later in the day at your convenience. But we're not in any rush, because all of these exercises will be here for you to work on. Get up to speed and then join us in the morning ritual. So 2 and 3, 1 E and a 2 E and a, you know what to do, E and a. Hello to both Marks. Good. America. So we're looking for like Paul Simon, is that what? What a great song. Oh yes, Estados Unidos over here myself. United States. What kind of guitar is that? This is a guitar, it's a Strat. We'll cover that in the next break. It's a very, very interesting story, and I love to talk about it because this is what I like to call a keeper. It's a rare bird that, you can probably, if you can find one, I think you can get them for a reasonable price. And this particular model is pretty much made out of unobtainium for me. I have tried to find a duplicate, because like my shirt, when you go to the tote, Camp Tote or whatever, I like to, if I find something I like to buy as many copies of it as I can afford at the moment. And so the shirt, I got a few of these, and then so, you try to keep one around to keep new, right? 1 E and a, fingers 1 and 2, 11 and 12, 1 E and a 2 E and a T E and a Bo E and a. Yeah, once in a while you gotta wash the clothes, so the shirt ends up in the wash cycle, and then I can't wear it. It's my favorite shirt, so I gotta have copies so that I can wear the perpetual green plaid. The green yellow. I guess it's more like yellow, I guess. Yellow, green, brown. But it's a Schecter guitar, the original California Custom. You can see the case behind me. I don't know if you can make out any of those fonts, but you're more than welcome to hang out, and I'll just keep unfolding the story of this guitar as we move forward through the session. Another thing that you can do to help this channel, if you like, you can share this live stream with your friends if they're guitar players, if you have friends or family you think would enjoy something like this in their lives throughout 2025, a place to be, a thing to do, and just an organizational and philosophical sort of and spiritual and technical. We're putting the blinders on, and we're just moving forward in a path that's designed to improve ourselves through the guitar. So if you have friends that might benefit from that, please share this session with them. And like I said, it's every weekday morning. But let's go ahead and get this. Now we've done all of these contiguous finger groups, right? Now what we're doing is we're going through and we're adding finger stretches here, because we're involved, many of us here this morning are involved in the Ted Green's chord chemistry ongoing series on the channel here at Jason Carey Guitar. And we want to improve our capabilities to reach and stretch for some of these wild voicings that Mr. Green has us playing. So this is part of the reason why we're doing this. I'm doing this is to give myself better access, easier access to things that mean a lot to me personally. And I thought if they mean a lot to me, they might mean a lot to someone else too. So let's take a look at fingers 3 and 4, if you don't mind, on position number. We're going to forget the position number for now. It's really like position number 8, isn't it, with like a 4th finger stretch, but all we're doing is we're using fingers 3 and 4 on frets 10 and 12. So we'll go ahead. 1 E and a 2 E and a T E and a faux E and a. After we get through with this, I'm going to, if you have questions that you would like to lay down right now in the live chat, I have 2 more of these sequences to do, and then I'm going to take a little stretch break, and then's a good time for us all to really jump back on the communication wagon and talk about things that need talking about. That relate specifically to the guitar and that kind of stuff. Because I'm not really qualified to talk about anything else. I see comments coming in, so that's a good sign. We'll have something to talk about in the break in the next two more exercises after this one, and we're going to jump into a little bit of a stretch break. I would you don't have to do it, but I would recommend that you join me. And fingers 2 and 3, this is a challenging one for me. Frets 10 and 12, 1 E and a 2 E and a, you know what to do E and a. So the guitar here is a swamp, beautiful swamp ash body. The neck is quarter sawn, which is perfectly just perfect. And then, Teflon nut. Spurzel locking tuners, which I have grown to really admire and appreciate. I have this other guitar I've been building with, I use Ned Steinberger's tuners on that. But this is not one I built. This is like Schecter, the guitar company that we know today, started out as a custom guitar parts company, and their parts were so good that they decided to eventually, they've been through a few iterations, but the original California custom, which this is a summation of their engineering expertise and technical wizardry and that kind of stuff. 10 and 12. So 1 E and a 2 E and fingers 1 and 2 go E and so yeah, you get lucky once in a while, and then once in a while you spend you drop a few grand on a Gibson custom historic instrument like the ES 446 Blonde, and you just go through the hoops and it never is right, so it's when you have a guitar that is right, it's worth just maintaining it and just keeping it around. This is the last exercise before we take our 60-second stretch. And Mr. Lindy Fralin, I know some of us are familiar with Lindy, Mr. Fralin. Fralin hand wound these pickups in this guitar. And I don't know what exactly that means, but my guitar tech seems to like it a lot. So I'm going to roll the volume off, just kind of use my pinky finger and then just go this way, and then I can roll it off and on, and usually it takes the full length of my pinky finger to get it. So I know that if I'm rolled on and I roll off, I take that measurement, and then I know I want to be at about 75% volume when I'm playing. I don't want to be at 100% because I might need more juice throughout the gig or to just kind of beef up a solo. So I usually will roll at about 75%. You know what I mean? Here's me rolling to about 75%. So that's what I mean when I say roll. So I'm rolling at about 75. But for practicing, I'm taking my guitar down. I'm just going to let loose that button and give my body a break. Work on those good quality breaths. I'm really searching for some air this morning because my breath isn't really you know, where it needs to be, but we'll get it. "15 clicks here. Clicks here. Oh, I'm sorry. I did say something about Uncle Jason. Yeah, you were here yesterday, Sam. Good one. I like that. All right, so we're going to carry. I don't know if I said I think this is going to stick, but I had a feeling that that term was going to stick for some reason. And Sam, I really appreciate you asking that, you know, bringing that up again. Ivan, tell me more about your guitar. Oh, tell me more about your guitar. Okay. Hello, Dushyant. Can you play Hotel California solo? Wow. Wow. I have bad swamp ash. Hey, fat, good one. Love it. All right, so let's take a look at that straight elbow, and then we have this really nice. I'm not pulling too hard here because I don't want to create any micro tears, but you can see that I'm going through the motions where I'm definitely grabbing each finger, and then I'm helping to just overextend my pinky because of my own physical properties I need to have mended. So I'm doing this kind of thing. You can see that my thumb is helping that out. Breathing in, breathing out. You know, the exercise, the breath 4x4 is right. If you're into like anxiety in your life, you can and you'd rather not have anxiety in your life, this is the way to dispel it. So hold and then release. And then breathe in. Hold. And then breathe out. And that's us being warmed up. So I'll grab my strap before I lose the end. Pick up my guitar, just kind of get that on the button again. And you can see that, you know, you get these really cool leather straps. This is an old suede Levis or whatever. And you can like wood burn little designs into them, and it's really fun. Or if you work leather, you've got any leather tooling kicking around, you can custom design your own stuff. Lots of fun. Other skills start to show up when you look for them. All right, those finger splits are killer. They are a killer. You bet. And I'm interested in finger splits. Okay, Adam, I have old beat up hands. Oh yeah. Very nice stretching exercise. Usually open my hands before playing. That's a good thing to do, right? Adam Urban. Adam, great to see you here. I see a few new names. Ivan, I see Ivan here. I see, if you want more information about the guitar, Ivan, let me know. One of the things I really like about this, his guitar is it's got these really cool little 2 strap buttons here. So this one holds the guitar into your person, and if you wanted to, you can put the guitar, you know, the strap button up here, and then it kind of lets the guitar roll free. So you can see that that's a benefit immediately. And then if I put this on the floor, it sits stable. But if I only have one strap button, it goes flying. But I can put it on the floor, lean it against the amp. I always lean it string side in though, because the strings help to grip and don't let the guitar slip, right? Face toward the amp, let it down, set it down, right? So that's pretty much how I operate. And I really like this guitar a lot. You know, it's got a lot of miles on it. All right. Oh, mechanic, guitar player, and hardtail motorbike rider. Wow, good. Mountain bike, hardtail. There you go. Wow, old school. What kind of rig are you riding on? You guess my hands are not brand new. Good idea. So what about what kind of hardtail you got? We've got some specialized and Treks kicking around the farm here. All right, so here's the what we've done is we've graduated to position number 9. We're now 4-fingered guitar players, so congratulations. And we're going to head, well, actually not quite yet. Fingers 2, 3, and 4. So I foreshadowed where we're going to end up, but now we've got frets 10, 11, and 12 with fingers 2, 3, and 4. No stretches here, not yet. 1 E and a 2 E and a, you know what to do, E and a. Just try to be as clean as I can. I see that we're about halfway through the stream, a little less than halfway through the stream, and we have 9 likes. So if everyone here could just jump on that, smash that like button for me, that would be cool. If we could get up to about 40 today, that'd be a nice little benchmark to set. No worries if we make it, if we don't, just working on goal setting. And you know, how do we get to 40 likes? It's probably a pretty simple answer. But, alright, so I should be talking more over this 3-note grouping because it's harder for me to talk over the 3-note grouping than it is for me to talk over me doing the binary groupings. So I will go ahead and I'm going to introduce the next one. Now we're back to the place from whence we came, and we'll go ahead and start with, we're just going to kick it up a notch and just swap out the 4th finger for the 1st finger, do the same exact exercise. 1 E and a 2 E and a, here we go, E and a. Smash that like button. But yeah, don't do it now because hopefully you have a guitar in hand and you're playing along. Maybe at the next, if you're still here sticking around, I would recommend sticking around because we've got a few really cool things to finish up today. I'm going to get the tablature out for this G note, these 3 notes per string G scales, which we are going to review and push further down the field today. We're going to kick the ball down the pitch and see if we can get it to Arnold Shearer out front there. Working on staying in rhythm, working on my breath, working on not overplaying the high E string. The high top 2 strings are so easily overplayed by me. And you hear, like, you know, Django, Mr. Reinhardt was, and he'd run all the way up and down the strings, and you'd never hear him like bottom out on the high E string. So you always knew, if you're really listening to how he plays the guitar, you always know that he wasn't pressing too hard and then asking too much, or, you know, playing the high E string too. Sometimes, excuse me, because the low E string is more massive, and I'll keep going while we talk. Let me just kind of keep talking here, but we've got to rewind to another 2/4 exercise because Mr. Haas, Kevin was hoping to do one more of these killers, I think, just between 2 and 4. We've got to do it. I know we haven't done it. We've got to do it. So let's take a look at finger 2 on fret number 9 and finger 4 on fret number 12. And we're ascending that pattern, descending the position, descending the pattern, descending the position, and so on and so forth until we get to 1 and then back up to 9 from where we came. So let's do that now. 1 E and a 2 E and a, you know what to do, E and a. Hello from Brazil, very nice. Alternate picking for certain. game, Portal Vincent. Is the audio quality okay on the guitar? I haven't actually watched any of these back. I hope it's okay. There's no interface. It's an iPhone XS Max. So, you know, I bought the terabyte, you know, I buy a phone like, and I buy the best one I can possibly get. You know, whenever I get a new piece of hardware, I get the best I can, and then it will hopefully last. This one's lasted for quite some time, since I think 2018 or something, where I was chasing down, you know, some, you know, high-level political figures or whatever, you know, back in a previous life. So let's do that for the same thing with fingers 2 and 4, 1 and 3, 1 E and a 2 E and a you know what to do E and a. But I do have an interface. I use Apogee interfaces because I'm a Mac user. I've been a Mac user since the Sox broke the curse. That very year, I'll always remember when I converted to Mac, and then I never looked back. But I do have a Windows rig for some of our bigger chops that we need to get done, you know. Bigger asks, and I like bigger asks for some, I don't know why. But I do have a Windows machine. We're not a Microsoft shop, but I do understand, you know, at a root level, user level, Windows and Mac OS. And I do like the Apogee interfaces. Super clean, super, you know, nice, good AD to DA conversion. Plus, you know, Bob Clearmount, you know, so works out pretty good. I don't have any interface here at all, and I'm fascinated by you asking about the guitar tone. I haven't bothered to solicit that yet, and I appreciate it. So fingers 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Now we're four-fingered guitar players one more time. Let's go ahead and knock this down. So here's a good look at what's happening. Playing the position, and then we're not allowing, as we go up the string set, my fingers are going to remain as close to the fretboard as possible. So I see a lot of shred players, you know, and that's, you know, I brought, you know, Andy from Berkeley College of Music was showing me, you know, he's like, what are you doing, dude? And then this was earlier on, and I used to teach with him, and earlier on, he's like, hey, nobody ever taught you how to tie your shoes, man? What are you doing? And so he said, make sure that you keep your fingers, you know, closer to your fretboard, because it doesn't look flashy, dude, but it will sound flashy, and your technique is just going to go through the roof. Your speed is going to be, it's going to take me this long to get back to the E string, right there. When I'm here, I'm like, ultimately, I'm immediately right there. So I'm not very good at math, but I understand the math of this. You know, this distance, see this pinky here? I understand the math of this distance versus this distance. So when I peel the fingers off, and I become a victim of this more likely when I peel my fingers off of the guitar, when I descend, you can see like as it's additive. As I take one off, the next one off, the previous one goes with it, and then the next one goes with it, and by the time I'm over here, I've got all my fingers like, you know, they may as well be in Venice. And man, I wouldn't mind being in Venice right now. I'd eat a nice buttery croissant and a cafe au lait, maybe a mocha cafe, or espresso maybe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and Rosa Clot, watching from the Philippines. Kind of you to be here and share some seat time with us. Let me just plug this. Let's get us started. Fingers 1, 2, 3, 4 on the next exercise, and we're going up the string set, and then we're descending a position, descending the string set, descending the position, ascending the position, and then descending, and then and so on and so forth until we get to position 1 and back to where we started. 1 E and a 2 E and a you know what to do E and a. Hello from Brazil, Eric. Thank you for being here. Alternate picking for sure. And you'll notice that I'm playing slowly enough so that I can control my picking sequence and then suture it I can suture that pick in and out of the string set, and you'll notice, watch my fretting hand on the descending pattern. And what I'm trying to do here is just keep my left hand fingers from coming way off of the guitar neck. That takes a lot of training to undo. Like, I don't know if you've ever ironed a wrinkle into a shirt or not. If you have, you know what it takes to iron a wrinkle out. And that's exactly what it's going to feel like when you start reworking the fret hand to keep your fingertip, to keep your fingertips close to the fretboard. That's unfortunately, there's no other way around it, but everything that we do it for you, Mr. Guitar. It's nice to keep the index finger on the fretboard when playing with the rest three fingers. Yeah, I think it's a good, so the first finger is a position indicator. Like if you're a fly fisherman and you put a little strike indicator, you know, it's like a little bobber, tiny little bobber that floats on the top of the stream as you goes by. Anytime you see any action on that, you know, it's like, give it a couple times, and then that indicates that there's a strike happening subsurface. And then, you know, you just kind of don't go crazy, because you'll pull the hook right out of the trout's mouth, because it's like a little, you know, really sensitive mouth. So here we go with the same exercise with the fourth finger stretch. And position 9, 1 E and a 2 E and a smash that like button. And keeping that first finger where it is, you'll see I'm going to run point. First finger gets done his job, or her job, you know, obviously, and then it's the first one to the next string in this particular situation. In other situations, it might not be that first finger. But the first finger is independent, and I don't keep it attached to the fret. I only lay it on the string surface to control whether the string is ringing or not. Once I'm done fretting the note, I'm releasing the pressure from each finger. So I have full control. I'm practicing for full control, and this is where the tone comes from on your guitar. Being in full control, because you could have a piece of junk guitar, a $50 Craigslist, you know, Harmony Stella, and you can still make that thing sound like $1 million. So that's a great question about, you know, do you keep your first finger? You know, others might disagree with me, and that's okay. But I'm the one playing my guitar, and this is what I've found as a good standard for operational proficiency for me, you know, and I would encourage you to do what works best for you. And we're watching from the Philippines. I love it. How to match the right voicing for a melody. Oh, kilo music. That's a wonderful thing to ask. Let's take a look at that same exercise, but instead of fourth finger stretch, we're using first finger stretch. 1 E and a 2 E and a, you know what to do, E and a. How to match the right voicing for a melody. Good question. Are you aware of my Ted Green chord chemistry series on this channel? Kilo music. Oh, give us some John Mayer licks after warmed up. Yeah, I just did a John Mayer tune. He covered Mr. Tom Petty's Free Fallin', and you can go back on my channel and take a look at that full guitar lesson. You might enjoy that. That's a wonderful question. And I really love the way that he does Free Fallin'. Yeah, I'm self-taught, and this is my biggest nightmare, to keep my fingers. Let's go, start again. So fret 1, 1 E and a 2 E and a Ingve. Yeah, 4 E and a. Yeah, I'm self-taught, and this is my biggest nightmare, to keep my fingers close. Oh, yeah. Keeping your fingers close seems like a nightmare. It can seem like a real bad dream, you know. But I'm playing really, fast, probably for, developing this technique. I'll show you the tempo at which I would run this program. I see Mr. Tortorello commented. I'm wondering, I haven't read it, but maybe he had some advice for an encouragement about how to get through and manage that increasing or improvement in tone and fingering. But let's take a look. That's France though. Good. No shortcut in progress after 15 years of playing. I consider myself still a beginner. You know what, Rosa Claudia, that's what this is all about. This morning live stream, this ritual happens every morning. We'll do the 1, 2, 3, 4s. So it's the reverse. We'll start here. Let's start here. Fingers 1, 2, 3, 4, then reverse those and come down. We'll ascend, descend, and then shift down a position. Ascend 4, 3, 2, 1. Descend 4, 3, 2, 1. Right. So there's that sloppy sweet technique that comes along with it. You're gonna love it. So for now, we're starting with alternate picking, and 1 E and each string group. Right. 1 E and a 2 E and a, you know what to do. And but you can manage to keep your fingers close. Just do it as quickly as you can. Remain in control. If you fall out of control, that's your cue to remember, am I breathing properly? Playing slowly, these things I've seen students face to face, like right in front of me in my private studio room, want it so bad, and they get red in the face and look like they're going to punch me in the face. You know what I mean? I've seen frustration mount to that level. So I would encourage you to just remember to breathe. Don't forget to breathe, because it helps to ameliorate, or to reduce that problem, right? So 1 E and a 2 E and a 4, middle strings go. Breathing is key, one of the keys. No shortcuts, Rosa Claude, that's for sure. We want to remain a beginner. Yeah, Anthony. I've been playing my whole life and know less than ever. Yeah, that's funny how that works, isn't it? Miles is on the Yngwie. On the Yngwie, yeah. How do you learn all notes on every frets? Yeah, that's a good question. Let me just address that while we do this. Next string set down, 1 E and a 2 E and a, let's hit it. I have to do it. I have to go through the memorization process, but I'll tell you what, here's a trick. There's a template that I follow, and I use the C major scale template, which is a system of whole, whole, half, followed by whole, 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 half. So 2 wholes and a half and 3 wholes and a half. If I can remember that, 2 wholes and a half, 3 wholes and a half, I can learn and remember every note on the fretboard, right? I can at least reference it until I memorize them. So let's walk through that in just one moment. So stick around. Paolo. And then Mo, I don't know how to say it, but is this Alan Holdsworth? So Alan, Mr. Holdsworth would use a little, he'd probably incorporate a little more, this is a little later in our series, but we're going to use some wider finger stretches and more symmetrical work, right? So that would be something, if that's something that you're interested in developing, you're in the right place, absolute right place. We do this every weekday morning at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on YouTube. It's a live stream, so you can jump on the live chat. To me, this is a banging live chat, like the best live chat I've seen and at least on my channel. And it's full of good questions. It's a culture of respect for each other, and we're all developing ourselves as people over the span of the whole year. So this is a free live stream session, and it's intended to build a warm-up. And we're taking a snapshot from the first lesson, from the first live session in 2025 to the last live session in 2025, and we are going to study how much gain I get and how much gain you get over a 260-hour time investment. So I've decided to write this into my schedule every day at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 days a week. If I'm sick, I'm showing up. If if I can't be here, I'll try to let you know on the YouTube comments, YouTube community page. So keep an eye on that. If I for some reason am not here, one day something substantial probably happened, right? So you don't need to do any wellness checks on me or anything like that, but it means that I was totally unable to get to this moment. So, but the plan is to be here for the entire year of 2025 and just spend 260 hours or more with warming up on the guitar. And then we're going to take a look at how many, did I have any spiritual gains? Did I have any gains in my personality? Did I have any gains in my inter-family dynamic and interpersonal communications in my workplace? Did my listening skills improve? Did my technical abilities improve? Did I become a more a sensitive person? Did my music appreciation go up? Did my relationship with my guitar deepen? There's so many parts of this rubric that we are going to examine. But along the way, we're just going to continue having a lot of fun. So I'm going to stretch real quick. We're going to do 15, 15, 4 15s, right? And then we're going to jump right back into the G major scale, and I have a treat for you. Ready? Last 10 minutes, we're going to fall into that. Quick stretch. And we have 2 exercises that we need to revisit from Mr. Steve Vai's 10-hour famous guitar workout. So we're going to take a look at 2 of these exercises this morning, review those, and break some more ground in the G major scale. 3 notes per string. So we're studying some patterns this morning. We're just trying to fold some new things, absorb some new things, and fold them into our playing, and that only happens if we practice them. There's no way we learn new material and just play it it's not a magical process. It's a mechanical process, it's a biomechanical and a cerebral process, a spiritual process. It's a listening process. There's there are a few angles to consider. Finger placement, finger pressure, what's the picking hand doing? How is that angle of the pick going? What exactly do we need to accomplish to make this tone happen? So we have a lot of things to be playing and thinking about all at the same time, all concurrent thoughts. So we're not in a rush. We're not, 60 beats per minute all year long is just fine for us. So let's take a look at this. I want to just kind of get some let's do this. Let's get that on the right setting here. So now I have a little background. Right, and now I can start working on my three notes per string, right? So if I have a support system, that tonal center becomes so much more important to me and relatable, right? So I hooked up a few different things, and then here you got, you see my sloppy cable management system, when things go back into the shelf. But this is the TC Electronic Flashback, and it's set to, you can see that it's set to loop. And you know, we could add another layer, I guess, right? So let's add one more layer, see where it comes back around. Here's the top again. So you can do a few layers, right? But right now I'm just kind of switching it over because you know, I recorded that backing track on my neck pickup, and I wanted to just, I run with my tone. This is a very sensitive potentiometer. You can't find this kind of stuff. It's hard to find this kind of stuff anymore, but you can see I'm rolling it up only, you know, a quarter of a turn, and you can see it's really brightening my sound. So I'm going to walk us through the G major scale, 3 notes per beat. Three notes per string. And oh, nice guitar. Captain Hot Buns. Yeah, nice guitar. Thank you kindly. What time is it? Where you from? Where you from, Jesse? What time is it? 7:30 a.m. I started. It's it's approaching 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I could never play with a pick. I've only been playing with my fingers. Let's take a look at fingers. I've got my fingers sort of, you know, my fingernails are ramped. You can see like it's like almost the Pierre Ben Suzanne approach. And hey Frank, good morning. Great to see you. And thank you for sharing your skill for free, sir. Well, actually, I am knighted, but I'm not knighted. I'm knighted in 2 organizations, but I have not yet been knighted by the Queen. So you don't have to call me sir. But I appreciate the title of respect, and we definitely are interested in creating and maintaining that culture of respect as we proceed in our journey with the guitar, alone, together. Anthony, what do you think about that? As we proceed over the course of 2025. So great pedal, absolutely. A relationship with God's pretty important, which is basic advice for beginners who want to learn to lead guitar. Come back to this channel for this particular live stream, because this is a great place to get connected. The live stream is loaded with wonderful players from all over the world, like Anthony Tortorello, Kevin Haas, Marlon Grubbs. We've got Mark Farrow showed up early this morning, Raul, Mr. Werner, Raul McKenna. We've got a lot of guitar players from all over the world who are capable of answering any of these questions you might have. So please, this is a great place to be, and it's free. You know, great pedal guitar for everyone. You got it, man. Have a nice day, Gerald. Chosen one. What's your favorite mode? Well, today we're going to. It depends on what I have for breakfast, right? But I think they're all important to learn. You know, I like Lydian. I like Lydian's nice. I like Dorian. I like them all. Powerful one is Mixo Lydian. Chosen one. Nice and cold in Detroit. Yeah, we're -3 here today. How long did you play guitar? I've still been playing guitar. I'm gonna be a lifelong guitar player. I'm gonna have played my guitar all my life. Hopefully. All right. Morning from the West Coast, Liquid Mass. Yeah, right on. What's up? Yeah. All right. 5:23 a.m. on the West Coast. Oh, you're West Coast, Frank. All right. Yeah, right on. 14:24. Where are you? Like Dubai or what? Is there a mode or scale for R&B? You bet. There's a mode and a chord scale for everything. So let's go ahead and just jump right back into it. Let's take a look at G major scale. So we're starting with 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 4, 1, or 3. And then we're using fingers 1, 3, 4, 1, 3, 4 after we switch to position 5. Then we're using 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4. Position 3, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 4. See how finger 1 is stretching back here? So from our 4-finger guitar patterns, this is the position. We have 4 frets available to us in each position. But now we're in position 4 with the first finger kicking back, it's laying back. You know, we're about ready to ollie on top of the picnic table, right? So we've got to kick it way back and then just get ready. So that finger stretches back for 2 strings. 3, you know, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 3. Then we fall into line, into position. 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, and then we jump up another position. The whole finger, the whole hand shifts up to fret 5. Then 1, 3, 4, 1, 3, 4. There are things you can do with your fingers that you can't do with the pick and vice versa. Let's take a look at the next position up. So Dorian, think Dorian, bottom of the half. And you'll notice my strings jingle a little bit. I love low action. I prefer low action to high. And so once in a while I'll play a little harder than I should and get that little jingle. So if you're still here, if you don't mind just giving us a like button, help us get over that 20 like hump for this video, please. I really appreciate that. So fingers 1, 3, 4, 1, 3, stretch 4, 1, 3, stretch 4, 1, 3, stretch 4 again. This time we're shifting 2 positions to 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4. Think about these patterns, you know, we've got 1, 3, 4, 1, 3, 4, 1, 3, 4, ba da 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 ba da 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 do be da do 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 da da do da da. I would encourage you to sing all of the notes that you play too. I would just encourage you to just hum or sing to them. At rehearsals, you know, Chuck Winfield used to, you know, recommend, and Tom Hoffman would recommend it, sing, you know, every note that you play. And that was a requirement in the ensemble. So, and then we have fingers. Let's position 12, 7. We'll use 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 4, 1, 3, 4, 1, 3, 1, 3, 4, 1, 3. Stretch 4. Then we're shifting up 1 position. 1, 3, 4. Stretch 4, and then 1, 3. Stretch 4 again. See how I'm kind of like running into a note that doesn't really fit, so I've got to remember that that's the pattern, right? I can't remember, you know, it's like, it feels like my ear wants me to play that sharp 4, but I'm in the key of G, so here we go with learning all of the notes on the guitar neck. So Hey Kevin, have a wonderful morning. We're going to end in just one moment, and I really appreciate you being here, and I hope you have a wonderful day today. And until tomorrow, keep practicing. Happy picking, bro, man. Enjoy your day. We'll see you soon. Thanks for being here. I'm trucking in East Point at the moment. Enjoy the show. Jay. Yeah, Eastport? Is that what you're saying? Eastport? East Point. Oh, Edge of Desire, I see. Germany, all right. Yeah, I knew that. Eins, Bier, bitte. I was in a pub in Germany called Zurelvedrich, and things from the Black Forest too that we hang in the house. I guess this has become Meridian experience for me this morning. Start with, let's jump back into, we'll finish up with G major. We'll start with one stretch back, 1, 2, 4, and then 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 1, 3, 4, and then 1, 3, 4, and then 1, 3, 4, and then 1, 3, stretch 4. And we can use like G major pentatonic too. But that gives us access to those notes that we can bend. So I think that's a pretty good place to let it roll for today. I really appreciate, okay, so let me just go right back through a few comments, but I've got to keep us on time because, excuse me, I know your time is worth money, right? I know your time is valuable, and I just glanced and we've got 23 likes on the video, 24 likes on the video. I am eternally thankful, and I am working on being observant of that in an authentic way. And tomorrow we're going to start our journey together with a group intention. So if you wanted to help me while I go through this next few minutes of responding and closing out the live chat, you can give me a few intentions that we can begin with for tomorrow. One intention is, I hope to be more grounded, and I hope that this exercise helps me to further my meaningful and deep communications with my God, my own person and my family, and that my musical communications will continue to improve. And so we each have our own intentions as we dive into these morning rituals, and I'm going to start encouraging that as a new piece of our morning ritual. And I hope I don't alienate anybody. If you want to do it, great. If you don't, but if you have a simple intention, I hope to, get my wild fourth finger under control. And it can be as simple as that, right? All right. That's awesome. Thank you. A certain mode that preferred in my R&B. So Mixolydian's great for R&B. Jackson Dinky's a great one. I wish I had a Jackson Dinky. I wish I had one of those. I don't have one. I've thought probably 100 times about buying one. I'm not even sure why I don't have one yet. So if I got sent a Jackson Dinky, I would love to play it on this channel. I would love to feature it, and I'd love to work some Yngwie, some of those things. I'd like to just I would encourage you to make the best out of any instrument that you have. If you take a look at it and it resonates with you, then great. And if it's something that doesn't work, move on quickly. And then but be patient, and the right thing will come. I've seen some papers on the best way to stretch, and it usually is 2 to 15 seconds, and the most effective, but not much more than 2 to 15s. It's great that your practice incorporates that. I appreciate it. There's more to the stretching than that. I recommend yoga, a yoga daily practice if you can. I certainly could benefit from an improved yoga plan. And then, yes, sir, please reply to me. All right. Gotcha. Hopefully I replied. Had a guitar for 20 years and have played it on and off, but never managed to keep it up. Well, humble bees, this is a place for us to be, okay? This is a great place for us to be. Just, you can be here for as long as you want, for as little as you want. You can, we'll be here the whole year, so we're here when you're ready, and I hope you come back, and I hope you continue to benefit and communicate in the live stream, because the live chat is just, that's where the rubber meets the road. This is where we get, a lot of the bang for the buck, which is free, Denim Dennis, great trucking music. J. Robert, check out Journeyman. Yeah, if you haven't heard Denim Dennis yet, you're gonna love Denim Dennis. And thank you, Mr. Tortorella, for being here and representing those of us who want to do, performance oriented and recording with music, right? Because you can become a recording artist, right? And piano, thank you for being here too. And I see a message got retracted. I'm sorry I missed it. Anthony, I'm sustaining a G major flat 5 for an added challenge. Play B minor, yeah, right on. MPG websites, you kidding me, bro? Capital B. Maybe I know who you are, I'm not sure. Do you go to music school, Anthony? Raul, haha, no, Raul, just underneath software engineer. Oh, yeah, software engineer. I'm working Flutter a little bit later today. Yeah, I don't know if are you writing apps at all? I'm kind of just getting on board with Flutter, Anthony. And Frank, thank you, Frank, again for being here and playing Metallica 1. Good song, good stuff. I wondered how you became so good. Play a riff. Let's see. Thanks, Jason. Fingers are starting to work. Mark, I appreciate you being here. And weren't you one of the first ones this morning to comment? So you've been here the whole time? Practice patience like the guitar. It can never be mastered, only practiced and enjoyed. Yeah, we're only custodians of the techniques, right? So for one small period of time, there was a fella, there's still a fella, he's still around. You can check him out. You could probably even email or call him if you wanted, but Mr. Kurt Rosenwinkel to me represented the next step of guitar players. On the planet, right? And then so great stuff. I saw your oh, you did you do Little Wing? Oh, I haven't seen it yet. Right on. Yes, you're still here. Good. Wow. Nice sound, like it's clean, not too heavy. Ellie, thank you. Adam Urban, thanks for answering my questions generously and brilliantly. Well, that's a brilliant comment. Thank you. And then I feel like I've got something for me from your live session, and I found about you by accident. Cheers. Oh, cheers, mate. Cheers. Yeah, absolutely. You know, like, share, subscribe, and all of those obligatory things, and then ding the bell if you are into, you know, letting the, you know, that through your privacy barrier. Whatever your preferences are, but I appreciate you being here and hope to see you again. And always building software and apps. Jason founded a software startup and built it from scratch. Oh, no kidding. All right. Well, we should maybe talk at some point. All right, so Raul McQuenna, much respect, Anthony. Yeah, Anthony's got that game figured out. My brother programs slots for Gossamer Group in Germany. Oh, he's a cryptologist. Yeah, cryptology. I mean, there's so many different. I'm going to continue. I should let you go because it really is time to go. I feel like this is a risk that I'm taking right here by spending more than an hour, and I don't want to create a culture where we begin to feel over this period of time that I'm willing to squander your time. So as much as I would like to stay and hang with the big dogs today, I am going to wish you a wonderful day. Keep thinking about those intentions and bringing those forward through the day. And we'll play some more guitar tomorrow. We'll finish up with the G major scale, the 3-note G major work. And then we'll get back to our good friend, Mr. Vai's famous, very famous 10-hour guitar workout. So we have a lot in store for tomorrow. And this is exciting. We're on our second day of Electric Week here on the Morning Ritual live stream here at Jason Carey Guitar on YouTube. And we'll see you tomorrow. And until we meet again, I wish you happy picking. All right, so